Welcome to Study Loop.
Question 16. All right, here we start with Q, C of T, and I have E to the negative 6T, C1, cosine 8T, plus C2, E to the negative 6T, sine of 8T. From my equation, I know that it's 2Q double prime plus 24Q prime plus 200Q equals 12 sine 10T. So I'm going to let Q of P equal A cosine 10T plus B sine 10T. Now my Q prime is going to equal, using the chain rule, a negative 10A sine 10T plus 10B cosine 10T. Q double prime is going to equal negative 100 A cosine 10T minus 100 sine 10T. And I use the chain rule to find those derivatives. Plugging that into my equation, I get 2 times Q double prime, negative 100 A cosine 10T minus 100 sine of 10T plus 24 negative 10A sine 10T plus 10 cosine 10T plus 200 A cosine 10T plus B sine 10T. And when I distribute, I get negative 200 A cosine 10T minus 200 sine, that's a 2, sine 10T plus 240 A sine 10T plus 240 cosine 10T plus 200 A cosine 10T plus 200 B sine 10T. So now my 200b here. So now this negative 200 signs, and this one cancel out, and 200a cosine, and this one cancel out. So I'm left with 240a sine of 10t, 240a sine 10t plus 240b cosine 10t equals 12 sine 10t. So my sine of 10t, so 240a has to equal 12. Therefore, a equals 12 over 240, or that's a negative, that's a negative 1 over 20. And b equals 0, because I have 240 cosine, and then we don't have anything, so b equals 0. So now I know that q of 0 equals 0, and my equation so far is qt equals c1 e negative 6t cosine 8t plus c2 e negative 6t sine of 8t minus 1/20 cosine 10t. Now q of 0 equals 0.001. So I let 0.001 equal, and I plug a 0 in every time I see a t. So I get c1 cosine of 8 times 0, cosine of 0 is 1, e to the 0 power is 1, so that's c1 minus 1 over 20 times 1. So I get c1 equals, add 1/20 to the other side, so I get 0.051 as c1. Now I take the derivative of my q of t formula, and I get, using a lot of my product rule, q prime equals negative 6 c1 e to the negative 6t cosine 8t minus 8 c1 e to the negative 6t sine of 8t minus 6 c2 e to the negative 6t sine of 8t plus c2 e to the negative 6t cosine 8t plus 1/2, because I took the chain rule, so 1 over 20 times 10 gave me 1/2 sine 10t. Alright, so then I know that q prime of 0 equals 0. So I have 0 equals 0.051 for my C1 times negative 6 cosine of 0 is 1, sine of 0 is 0, sine of 0 is 0. So I'm all the way down here, plus 8c2, and sine is 0. So when I do 0.051 times negative 6, I get 10.102 equals 8 times C2, divide by 8, C2 equals 0.03825. So my final answer, Q, well, let's write that better. Q P equals 0.051, which is my C1, e to the negative 6t cosine 8t plus 0.03825 e to the negative 6t cosine sine of 8t minus 1 over 20 cosine 10t.